Oh. You just got the news? Yeah.
Hi, Curry.
Give him a moment.
Yeah,
Man
no,
just
give
had
him
his
a
heart broken.
Baba.
Skyrocketing.
You said I ran the wrong
I don't want you here.
So funny.
I am at a boiling point right now. Please don't. Just don't. Just don't. Rip, I need your help. I talk to you guys. And I remember the last time we talked, you had a way to tracking this stuff out. I know you're not at your best right now. Is there anything you can do for us?
Yes, I know where she is, probably.
Cool. Let's figure this out. You sound...
Hey, do you have any eggs on you by chance? I want to take advantage of this opportunity.
Unfortunate. Very well. Flux is the bane of my existence. Progress report, Mark 0. Any damages to your person? I see. Pacify it. Activate containment procedures. Activate containment procedures. Containment procedures initialized. I should find Julian. That's what I should do.
Thank you, Rift. And so
We'll have a team together tomorrow.
Rift, do you want this stone to find Sylvie? To find Sylvie? Because I have no idea how many directions I'm going to be pulled. If I can get everything fixed, I'd love to save Sylvie and everybody, and help with Brennan's thing. So
I physically don't have the strength to hold that stone from flying away right now.
Julian, you get a sending spell from Nox. Someone would like to see you at the training field.
Holy hell, I'm popular today. Nox wants to see me in the training area, so I'll deal with that in a hot second. So, let's get you feel the area.
yeah, I tried.
See, I was there.
Don't worry. An idea. You know what's gonna happen?
Crazy. I'll kill you.
Crazy? I can track you.
Well, then you enjoy yourself. I gotta find.
I'll come back. Actually, that's something semi.
Before you run off, get a little bit of your blood. For that thing we were talking about. Okay, like 2 seconds. Cool. Takes out a little vial.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I should probably use a blade. Shut up. He takes out a very tiny blade.
I just had to arrest a fellow Redfall guards because they're upset about one of our own dying, so...
So what did they do?
They put their paws around my neck and tried to choke me out. And then they attacked another person and scratched their face.
I hope you had a good fight.
Yeah, so
Concussion. Sounded like you said that one of the other guards attacked you.
That is correct, they did. And they attacked the civilian.
Who?
I'm not sure if you met her yet, Tina.
Don't know her. Was that the civilian or the guard?
The guard.
Are you ready to have the conversation?
Yeah.
I will admit I got slightly worried when you didn't reply, Rift. You usually send some sort of joke back.
Would I have no energy?
Is this part of the same conversation?
Yes.
Or?
This is private enough for me to turn this on, of all things. A silence bubble. Yes. To get straight to the point, I have been personally selected to deal with a inquisitional issue, and I need help.
Yeah, you said something about my expertise from my former life.
There is a place where there are people known as the Mercantile Trust. And they are looking for the First Inquisitor for not so real reasons. Most likely I can assume it's for being greed of a personal possession he has on him. Rift knows a bit more about this because he talked to the person who's been looking for him. I was gracious enough for him to get the
Briefly.
name. Yes, Rothgar. The big man in plate. I believe he is half giant.
There are so many big men in play here.
Yes.
It does not.
Beveled Zweihander. But yes, scratching past those points. I need to handle the issue. Silence bubble is on the building.
Are you asking for us for an assassination?
I don't want it to be
Sounds
an
like it.
assassination, but the orders were to get them to stop. And like I said, this is not something I can fail.
I suppose I'll find a spot. Sit down. Really
I ask this of you because I feel like there's at least some bond, whether through friendship or through confidant. Eyes have been on me as of recent, so I need to make myself useful.
Next, you've made yourself invaluable to the Dominion through the efforts of your logistical log keeping and your documentation. Quite literally, the Dominion would fall apart without you. Don't even worry about that. At least how the Dominion operates here. And the spread of news and the in and outflow of news.
Yes.
I wouldn't worry about usefulness.
The
At
Inquisition,
the same
however, is
time, I
a
can
free
understand
agency.
wanting to...
So, if they really needed to, they could pull me away for any reason whatsoever.
The Inquisition can do what the Inquisition wants, I understand that.
Yes.
At the same time, they don't exercise that authority too often. Because
Yes.
they know that if they do,
Lucky
that'll
enough they don't do that.
limited.
Yes.
It's for their benefit. The freer you are, the more tied down you are. So, I would have to know more about the target. Whether they're good people that are opposed to the Inquisition, or whether they're actually just evil.
Well, I shall say at least all of what I know. The Mercantile Trust of Athelcy. It is a one of those spots that are on the edges of the Nexus Junction. There's only 2 Nexuses in their entire kingdom. One is inaccessible from our ruins. It is very low magic in the area. And, well, magic acts differently. So I figured I'd find someone, Rift being one of them, for his advanced skills in portal magic. Maybe he could bypass that such. It's a port city. It's ruled by House of Earl Eason. From what I've learned, I've had to go through books. The Mercantile Trust is the center of this city. It's one of the wealthiest cities, of course, and is, of course, well defended. The kingdom has recently been, for 10 more years or so, in a time of peace. It's been war-torn for a good while. And, well, that's all I know, and I've been trying to look for more. All of this is either 10 to 100 years, that's all I could find, which is a bit worrying. Little knowledge on this place.
Okay.
Not surprising.
There's only one Nexus point now,
First
2
thing-
there and back. So I assume that's why information is scarcely shared through it.
Well, if they know they have a target on their back, the first thing that they're going to do is try to keep the information to a minimum to minimize any discoveries of security holes.
Of course, this only happened perhaps half a week ago, when this originally started popping up and Rothgar was wandering about. I am hoping to get more information before this is called into action. But if not, it'll be one of those situations where, unfortunately, we have to wing it and learn on the way. The on-site judgment call.
And no information about, the specific building that he's in, security detail, any of that kind of thing. What guards he has.
Nope. Like I said, that's all I could find. I was lucky enough to learn about the magical conflicts in the area. That was a very low chance of me finding that, and I don't know how I did.
Well,
You may enter. Close the door behind you. But yes, I'm trying my best to learn as much as possible so I don't make us do something we really don't have to. I do intend full-heartedly to try diplomacy for the first portion. However, I am unsure if they value coin over their own lives or not. It really could be one of those situations. The story they made was, supposedly, Ward, the First Inquisitor, had stolen over 100,000 platinum pieces. That's what they were going with.
He owes them what?
The story they say is Ward is being looked for an investigation of the attempted theft of 100,000 platinum pieces, which is not the case by any means.
I have a bit of a concussion. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yes. What Rothgar, the person looking for Ward, said is he is being looked for the attempted theft of 100,000 platinum pieces. Which is not true. By any means. That is just imaginary numbers to sound big. It has to be. However, the main reason I think he's being looked for is because of something he has. His prior helmet. It had and has meaning there. And he said if people knew that helmet was existing, they wouldn't be looking for him. It has some sort of respect or status where he's from, if he's from that place at all. It very much could be corrupt collectors of some sort, not caring about who has what.
Well, I want to help you. I really do. I am oath-bound to act with nobility in all matters. I would need to know more about the specifics of who these people are before I join a mission that, in all likelihood, could end up being a massacre.
Well, then the best I can do is just, well, say look for yourself. Try looking up whatever you can find. Maybe I missed something. I'm looking for more information every day, and that's all I could find. Well, likely or not, we could learn much more there as we go. That's just my brain thoughts.
what did you say the name was again?
Athelcy, I can send you a map. Did I?
No, the target.
That is the thing. It's not a target, it is a group. The Mercantile Trust.
Well, every group has a leader, and is there no info on who's leading the group
Nope.
in any way?
The only person that we know is connected to him would be Rothgar. A half Goliath or giant, whatever he is. They hired him, at least. I could assume if he somehow got him to tell us who his employers were, that would make it much easier.
Here's how I see this playing out. Step by step. You gather your team, and I teleport us into Appleseed.
We'll be taking the Nexus.
Port City. Yes, we travel there. We get there, we do some preliminary investigation, trying to figure out more details and trying to find them. We end up finding them. We talk to them and try to convince them not to do the thing that they're doing. And they inform us that they will continue to do the thing they're doing. You can't afford to fail this mission, and so you pull us into a fight. We end up having to kill a whole lot of people, and then at the end of it, we learn that, they were actually not terrible people, and the Inquisitor had done something really bad to them. and we were being used as pawns to cover up his scheme.
Sounds about right.
That is an entirely possible series of actions.
Entirely
Until
possible,
I have
I'm
an
afraid.
assurance, or at least more information, that what we're doing is actually right, I cannot go along with the plan until I know what we're doing is right.
Very well. And I can tell you this. Sometime today, an Inquisitor assigned to me, his name is Justin. He will be coming by to check
people.
on me.
Even if it is in the right of the Dominion, it is against my oath.
Yes. Sometime soon today, an
I don't
Inquisitor
have-
by the name of Justin will be coming to check on me. He knows more about this, so you can ask him if you really wish. He can tell you whatever he wishes to.
I'll let you ask him. I'm gonna check with the... I'll check with Victor, see if he knows anything. As the mayor, he might have a lot of info.
Perhaps.
I believe I do actually have Justin's sending stone. I could see if he's available, if you'd give me a moment.
Alright.
Where is it? Yes, Mark Zero?
Tired too.
Ah,
She's there.
I have it some here. Ah, there it is. Knox is attempting to hail Justin's sending stone. Baylorn?
As soon as you do, you hear a small ping across from you in the room, behind your construct.
Ah,
Thank you for calling collect.
well, I would assume you already know the situation then. Call it timing, I suppose. Yes. You can ask him now if you wish.
One moment. My disguise self spell is still on.
Like I said, he's been assigned to me whether he likes it or not. Just a heads up, I am experiencing a lot of lag spikes, so be patient, please. Making my way back.
A little unnecessary if you ask.
whatever. Or you just go with B and find out who's in charge. You're assassin, you know how it works.
I
You
do.
returned. Headaches
Plan
are worse
A,
today.
Hi.
Diplomacy. Plan B, hunt the leader.
Diplomacy, threat,
I
and
mean,
then plan B.
diplomacy can always fail.
Yeah.
They can't cause a problem again if they're dead.
No, but their friends
If you're
can
smart
and their
about
kids
it, you put on a
can.
big... Well, if you're smart about it, you put on a big song and dance. You look through their personal files, their journals, their lives, find someone who might have a grudge against them, and
Very well.
make up a convincing little story, leave a little evidence here and there. Make sure they don't follow your trail. Go after some other poor schmuck. It's merchants. There's always feuding houses and shit.
And of
Get
course, there will always
creative.
be a power vacuum.
Inventive
There's always ways to
as well.
It's something I would
It's
rather not
merchants,
do.
then Nox.
Yes.
I would recommend you bring someone in Aether who's aligned with the Solitarian Collective on this mission. If they're merchants,
I have
then the
sent
merchants
a invitation to a somewhat known, renowned merchant by the name of Lasphere. He should be coming soon. He would be the last member of the team if it was put together.
Look at that. Planning ahead.
Yes.
Alright. Is this a today thing or a in the future thing?
In the future. Not set in stone yet.
I doubt you could get there in a day. Bit of traveling.
Which is why I say take the time to rest, since I know at least maybe, I don't know if both of you were involved with the final stand or not. I wanted you to get
I
rest.
was.
He was. I was just scouting.
I'm not around for a full day and just pretend that.
Alright.
Question. You all seem to have questions before.
We really don't know anything who their leader is. Numbers, strength,
The
weapons.
Group's pretty sick, I guess. If it's all merchant houses and shit, it's gonna be mercenaries and more mercenaries, and anyone can pick up a sword that's willing to swing it for coin. Probably. So you expect that, I guess. Place is a little out of the way. No real nexuses throughout. You know, the higher continent. A couple. So a lot of things are known, but that's hardly a problem. You don't need to know a lot about their continent, their culture, and their history and bullshit. They're merchants. They're gonna hire a bunch of schmucks who don't know how to swing a blade. They're gonna throw their weight around with coin and political influence, blah, blah, blah.
So they're not paying for the
Alright.
good mercenaries. Good to know.
Why would they?
Who knows? If they're rich enough, they'll hire whoever the hell they want. The best of the best, worst of the worst. It's actually a good indicator. If they hire the really important people, the really good ones, then you know they're trying to protect something. They hire the cheap schmucks, you know they're not really that interested.
Alright. Given how many times this task has been delegated, rather insecurely, it's pretty certain that this isn't as big a deal as I was worried about. If it was the first Inquisitor would deal with it. If it was, then he would deal with it quietly, or at least have you do it. But he got you, get Nox to get us.
He's trying to hold the whole empire together currently.
If this was
There's
a big
a lot
issue, then he
going
would.
on.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Power vows in a Rove, especially.
There's a lot worse than Rove going on. But I understand. I heard you were there in the fight.
Got lasers through my fucking nipples.
Hmm?
Because, you know, at that Smith just lit.
Well,
stick dynamite.
you know
I
how it
want
was
to be a
not.
part of that.
Yes.
Wizard will be happy if you fail the job, so. Oh, look at that. Someone opened the door. Slammed it in my face.
That door's cursed.
So,
It really is.
get it done.
Understood,
It's
Inquisitor
responsibility.
Justin.
I wanted to see my dad, but apparently.
Alright.
You need something.
I feel comfortable getting involved at this point.
Hmm.
Although if details come out during the mission that, you know,
The big twist, like in the story,
What we're
but
doing
I
is-
understand.
yeah,
And that if that is the case,
if
you
what
are
we're doing
free
is
to leave
horrible,
me.
I will have
And I
to
will
A name,
abstain.
a description.
do it myself, if need be.
That schmuck. That.
I fully understand the
get
possible
yourself
moral
hurt.
conundrums.
Don't look at that.
I've
Yeah.
been given an order
Yeah.
not to die.
If you can, I'm willing to go with you.
I think you'll die.
And if what we're doing ends up being
Now, or something.
not wonderful, I will step away.
I'm gonna go to job.
I won't interfere with your mission. I won't go that far. I owe you much.
So, there to that.
Then I should pretty much explain
don't
to you the
deserve
entirety
it.
of the Plan B then,
Yeah.
because I really hope it
I'd
doesn't
only have
come
to
to
say
it.
the name.
Uh-huh. Say again?
I was just thinking I would have to say the same.
Hmm.
Between me being a Redwall guard and... Honestly, I want to go back to, you know, killing people just for political crap. I'm willing to do it if they're bad, but, you know, if we find out that, like he says, I'd have to do the same thing.
He is dealing with something at the moment.
Okay.
He's gonna kill me.
Well,
Who's gonna
since
kill
you are both in agreement,
I'll explain
for
in
at
a
least
moment.
this point, I will fully tell you Plan B as Justin said it, as it is on the nose of how far one might go, I assume. One moment, actually, I believe that would be our last member.
You hear metal on wood knocking.
It's Ender.
Yes?
No problem.
I was told to come to this location.
Ah, Lucia, come on in.
I want to murder the person that just said the familiar cousin's name. May I help you?
Oh no, you reminded me of someone as well.
Yes, I get that a lot.
Yes. To give you the brief explanation, this is Lespia, a somewhat well-renowned merchant, doing some dealings with Lockport, New Lockport, etc. He is here to
I've been under the loop, but I'm hoping to help.
he is here to take in the inevitable gap whenever it occurs. And he will know most
I
of
see.
the lingo, the workarounds, if anything merchanty happens.
I take offense to that, my friend. Maybe you
Fine.
should work. Never mind. Lispia at your service. I assume these two will be coming with us.
Yes. I will be giving the last
Yes.
bit of information to see if they take the final back out. Introduce yourselves, I suppose. If you wish.
Yeah, listen. Introductions later. Besides, you already know my name.
But yes. Getting this out of the way, this bag of coins I've made. Each painted with runes of life transference. Plan B involves not killing as much as we can, instead bribing, getting past whoever we can give this to. And in the end, if it all else fails, I will activate these coins and drain everyone who has one on them.
I had a horrible concussion. Can you repeat that one more time?
I'll say once over. These coins, I've made them. I'm spending more time making them each day. I have preparation. These will be used to bribe the bad people, giving as simply as such. And whenever we encounter the Mercantile Trust, it would be very helpful if they were all in the same room being cocky. That would really help. But if that is the case, we would give these coins to as many of the mercs as possible if we can bribe them, and slipping them into pockets if we can of all the hostile people. If all goes well, and we don't have to kill them, then we will have these prepped for Plan B, which, if all else fails and the Mercantile Trust does not back down, I will activate all of these coins, draining a lot of the people who hold them, and taking the energy as a buffer to myself. And as such, I will, as Rift does not wish for the idea, a silent slaughter will happen. Circle of death.
I'm not. Is that a magic thing?
Yes. It's one of the more grim ones. Using all the essence I will have collected from the coins, I will use it as a buffer as I cannot cast it myself. And I cannot drain from the area because there's no magic in the area, at least not one that I can interact with freely. And that is Plan B.
My magic primarily relies on ley line connections and internal slash the
Yes.
passable.
I am planning to bring magical external batteries, basically. Yes.
Okay.
There is very...
You're getting a message spell sent to you. Ender's in red wall. That's all it says.
Yep.
The idea for our cover story would be the classic adventuring party. And we are going to, if I can bring it up, explore the ruins of Magaski. That is the ruined city where the other nexus would be. It's completely inaccessible, and I do not know why. That's where my information stopped. We are taking the pit stop at Athelcy to collect supplies and, if possible, learn about the area more. The area is low magic, so there's very few people with magic at the area, of course, which is why I am working on suppression for myself, hiding my aura. Making us look as mundane as possible, which means no fancy hat.
Questions, comments, concerns.
I feel like everyone's looking at me.
I point at your
I
hat.
can't see where you're looking at, friend. So.
Point.
Understood.
Yes. Yes, we must look as
ugly, I have to hide
mundane
my
as possible. That is one of the key points. As long as we don't look magical, we won't be suspicious, basically. It's a merchant city. Of course there's going to be adventurers. Commerce, all that jazz.
Okay.
Ah, greetings, Lady Astria.
Nox.
Make
a roll with advantage.
Existence if you call me a
Adding my
child.
bonus?
Wait.
Yes, actually.
You.
19 plus
I thought you
2,
were-
21.
Understood. That is for additional research. You may pick a
Hey, you
topic
look exactly like
you would have looked into.
when we first made our deal.
I want more specifics.
That
What
wasn't so
house
long ago. What are you
of
talking
the Mercantile
about?
Trust, if any?
It feels like a long time ago.
Understood. with that and the previous both being actually both of those are 21
Wait, are
total.
you like everybody else
All right.
thinking that I was taller? I was never like that.
Throughout Athelcy, there are a number of merchant houses.
weren't? I thought
It's
you were.
a port city and does a lot of trade with the independent provinces
I was taller.
and further south into the
And now
Alliance.
I
It is
don't know. that
very
person.
wealthy, but there are a number of specific houses that sort of
Didn't
are
they have
the pinnacle that hold that top spot.
I mean,
That
I
is.
guess they were
I
just
can actually bring up the list again.
claiming they were you.
And just in the nick of time, I
List.
suppose. More information.
Well, they were saying that
I'm only
that was
me.
To explain to you,
Reading
Triss.
contest.
Forgive the simple of it. They were cursed by the Archfey of Winter. They've been reverted to about what they were 6 months ago. They remember nothing.
No, maybe not that one.
Do you remember my name?
Two specific houses that sort of control most of the mercantile activity in the city are House Selwyn and House Edric.
All right. Yeah, it looks like I wasn't going to be that easy to get out.
And wonderful. Just in time. This is
What do you
what
think?
Rift wanted.
Do you think this will end with peaceful negotiation?
I have not been aware of the entire,
I'll transcribe this into the other part.
Fancy? So I am unaware.
The specific
Also, is she
houses.
joining us? Is she one of the crews?
Hey,
No.
was he?
Yes, Rift, I found the specific houses that are a majority of the trust. It's in the book in front of you, if you'd like to look at it.
What is happening?
Phelan can
He's
say it
filling
again
us in
if he
on
wasn't paying
some
attention.
mission.
Throughout Athelcy, given that he got a 21 for further research, the two wealthiest houses in that city are House Edric and House Selwyn. As far as merchants go, they are the controlling factions for most trade in and out of the city. There are smaller outliers, but they are the significant players.
Don't worry, it's just the deities playing around.
What?
Truth be told, my head is hurting immensely.
I see.
Maybe I should give him my flask.
And I keep on losing focus. Perhaps exposition is not the best thing right now.
No.
We shall send
Yeah.
it to your mind at a later date.
like it.
One moment.
So sorry.
Pardon me, Lady Astria.
Tomorrow.
Please, please don't let this door. Please don't let this door swing outward.
You can step back.
Okay, sorry.
I'm polite. Oh, that is a old face. Greetings. Welcome to the embassy.
Okay.
How can I help you today?
Oh, okay. Not open for business. No one's ever in this building anyway.
Imagine.
Apologies.
Actually.
Hello, our back door is open.
Is there something I can assist you with, sir?
Our back door is open.
You know, red wall person duties.
No, not really. I came here with the full intentions of trying to provoke you, but I
Sorry,
failed.
can you repeat
Please.
that?
Sorry for interrupting.
Have a good day, sir.
I have to be off. So many people calling on me.
Yeah.
Knox.
Yeah.
I will read more about this.
Yes.
I will learn more about this. I agree to go right now. My only stipulation is that if, while we're on the mission, it turns out that what we're doing is horrible and unjust,
Yes,
I will be stepping away.
very well.
And I would step away with them.
You have every right to do so.
All right.
Your company enough would give me enough boost of morale, I would say. So thank you for even considering the
All
thought of
right, I
helping.
can certainly get you there. I can certainly get you there, though. All right.
Now, Mr. Lesphere, we can have our talk,
Nice to meet you.
getting into the more details of it.
Close the door on me.
Yes, let's see here.
You can read the book as well, as if you haven't already looked at it. That has the information you wish for specifically.
Daughter, Tina, is towards Sauter.
having the names of the houses specifically for you to look into.
I'm wonderful at dealing with fathers.
Those will be the gaps you'll be filling in once this eventually happens. With most of the trust broken apart, it will be pretty easy for people to look into grabbing at open air. And it'll be much easier if you know that it's going to happen. Especially with your special goods
Let
that
me
are
see
rare
here.
in the area.
Yeah. Shh. I'm focusing. Now, where are we going? Describe this place to me. You've only mentioned little of in our letter.
Yes. The maps, as I've already sent you, it is a island continent on the very edge of the Nexus Junction. There's only 2 known Nexuses in the whole kingdom, and there's only one working one anymore, or at least accessible. The Kingdom of Bjorgberg.
How long
I
of a
hope I
walk
said
is it to... How long of a walk to, this place?
With Rift, I would hope we could make it perhaps an hour or so, but if the magical anomaly is too rare, it wouldn't probably be a day's walk or carriage ride. But that's pure estimation.
Let's try and schedule some carriages.
Yes, carriages.
You gather that taking the Nexus back to Nero, it would be day and a half, maybe 2 days by boat across the lake.
Yes, we will have to ford the big river.
As long as I don't have to walk, I don't have a problem with it. Now, let's get to the more detailed topics. What do I need to know?
The
Give me the
area
political shit.
is
Come on.
low magic, ruled by mercantile stuff. It is centered around economy-based interactions. Merchants rule, guards are mercenaries. Storybooks of those certain deals. Mercantile Trust is the center of it, stationed in Athelcy. The place has been, so far for 10 years, in a state of peace after some war-torn times ago. They are not ready for the next war, if there was one that happened. And their area is low magic to no magic, meaning if you brought any of your specialty goods, if you had any magical goods, they'd probably buy into it, giving what the rest cannot with ease.
Okay.
The power vacuum will be big, and you will be ready to take it all, if the cards are played right.
Right then, let me see what you've got on the paper. Well then, see what you've got on... What am I looking at?
What do you wish to know?
It's the paper with the house names on them.
So... Borgberg. I hope I said that correct.
Berg, yes.
Berg. That's where we're going, yes or no?
That is indeed the location. That is the kingdom in which Athelcy is.
Okay. On the map, can he see any mass trade routes in and out of the city?
The city would have a number of them. Many would connect via the huge inland sea, known as the Sitaraka Lake, which connect to the independent provinces, a massive river that heads south into other territories. It is very extensive and a prime location for trade. Also, a couple of major roads leading further into the kingdom and to places that aren't accessible by water.
In these books, are there anything about the people, head nachos, anybody of importance?
That would be the data I just got, so you can say it
those
again.
Those houses in particular, you would. specifically on those two, House Adric
Oh,
and House
Pyrus,
Selwyn.
welcome. Things are getting heated.
Both of them are very old, well-established houses in that area. They have known to be in operation there for at least 200 years and are considered the most wealthy in that region and some of the most wealthy in the kingdom, second only to House Holden of Valeberg and the ruling house in Hrothheim.
In these books, does he have anything about the enemies of the houses? Perhaps armies more than bandits, you know? Big guys.
With what was rolled? Yes, there would be a significant amount of detail about recent events that were this war that was mentioned. Specifically, it's less so been inter-house politics. The houses have had to come together to maintain the freedom of their kingdom. They were previously at war with a large alliance from the south. The entire kingdom was. In the past decade or so, that has quieted. They have been considered victorious, and the kingdom is now in a state of peace, while that war still continues in the south between other nations and factions.
You there? I never got your name. Are you the one that wrote to me?
Yes, I am Knox O'Reilly.
Knox, can you tell me? Your objective for this place. I saw the coins and I heard something about trading them out and making them bride for who again?
To explain to you, these coins right here they're not real, but they look real enough. They're inscribed with runes of
something
life
about draining
yes.
mana.
Basically, give these to any of your offensive businesses you want to get rid of while you're there, and they'll be getting rid of by the end of it. These are used to bribe, get past.
Objective?
Make the Mercantile Trust stop doing what they're doing. And most likely it'll end with them saying no, since they care about money more than their lives. And then I will kill them all in one fell swoop. And then there'll be the vacuum, and you'll have your chance.
Poison the milk bag and let the soldiers
Yes.
drink from it. I understand.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing, though. The mercantiles, what are they doing?
From what I've learned enough from the personal bad of what they're doing here, they are pulling at something they shouldn't. We have someone that is under our protection who is being wrongfully accused of something they didn't did, and probably are being looked for the specific item they have on them, which is their helmet. Supposedly, over in Athelcy, it had some respect or status to it. The person who does have it said if they knew who had the helmet, they wouldn't be messing with it. So most likely they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, and they know they're doing something they shouldn't be doing.
So, hold on. The mercantiles are looking for this?
Yes, I can show you a little... Phelan, he's going to make a little illusion of Ward's helmet. Previous helmet.
You've seen the helmet.
Of course, this doesn't leave the room. Yes. Of course, that doesn't leave the room.
Right.
It is still a bit on the down low for a while.
And the mercantiles, correct?
Yes, the Mercantile
They can make it
Trust.
to any of the houses.
Those two houses that I learned of are the majority, if not most and all of the Mercantile Trust. Most likely there are smaller houses that fill in the sand grains.
Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Mercantiles are what with houses?
The Mercantile Trust is made up of the two bigger houses which are on that piece of paper. Of course, there might be very minuscule smaller houses that fill in the gaps between the grains of sand. But of course, with the big ones gone, you'll most likely be able to get them to follow you, if you prove yourself competent enough.
Alright. Sticky situation. Sticky situation. Sticky situation. This is what I'm thinking. On these papers, it says that there are numerous enemies among the, or against the houses. What I am thinking about is that if the mercantile will not bend to our will, then we must aid, perhaps, these enemies of them. And have it like a flip of a switch.
Perhaps.
We tell the mercantiles that until they stop, we won't stop trying to attack them, you see. I think we should come with some kind of treaty with the enemies, promise them something of bizarre, and then once they are in favor of us, get them under our control, perhaps. That way we can threaten them with a mass force.
And on the off chance we cannot,
Far-fetched idea.
there's always the chance of making it look like it was a insurgent strike against the heart of their economy by the enemy force. A specific attack against the middle of nowhere, but still on a vital point of their economy. It could be seen as a blow to their morale, boosting the war in the south. It would also help if the south had some magic. Sowing the circle of death wouldn't be too out of the way if that was the case.
How dry of magic is this place?
From what I've learned, it's either very low or very estranged. There's reports of anomalous behavior with magic happening there. Of course, we wouldn't know until we get there for sure. But from as far as I'm aware, it's very low magic. Enough so that I won't be able to drag from the land itself.
I see.
Meaning there's no innate energy in the land, so to speak. However, it was the case perhaps 100 or 1,000 years ago. It was magically enriched. But something happened and then it's all gone. That I do not know yet.
Right then. What are the crimes that this person, the name has already slipped my mind.
The person they're looking for?
Mercantiles have, yes, what is their name?
The supposed crime of the person the Mercantile Trust are looking for is the attempted theft of 100,000 platinum pieces, which is a stupid number to even consider for one man to do alone. One that doesn't even have innate magic to them.
Trial? No, we couldn't do that. Maybe.
The cover story would be we are adventurers going to see the ruins. That's the initial story. Say again?
These books have information about the lands, correct?
Yes, the maps. I have things in the back going for all hours of the day to see what news they can find.
Fair one. He is going to look very carefully about anything regarding trials, mostly involving just if there are. Oh god, it escapes me. The fucking judicial courts. Anything like that.
The kingdom itself, for the most part, is it was originally a federation of smaller states, and as such, each province, as it were, has a lot of jurisdiction over its own lawmaking and processes. However, they mostly correlate. It is obviously feudal to a degree, but not so much as to lack courts, trials, due process, and such things have actually developed quite significantly and changed quite a lot in the past 10 to 20 years. There are courts, there are trials, such things. And actually with 221s, it would actually be mentioned that there is a group now who works directly for the royal family out of the kingdom that is specifically there to make sure that laws are enforced throughout the various provinces properly.
We'll see. Peek into the window.
We could perhaps do this
Hey,
diplomatically.
Echo, there's another blind person and they're cooler than you are.
Is that me, Echo?
Oh.
You can't let her know I'm here.
I shall lock the door. More so than it already is. Arcane Lord.
Anything I touch.
Alright.
I think she's gone. The door is arcanely locked. It is not open to you.
I open it.
Dear God. I've tried. Yes, hello, Miyako. Is there anything I can help you with today?
Where's my mom?
Last I checked, in the battlefield of Rove. If you're talking about the Empress Alessia.
What the fuck? Nathan, what are you doing?
Oh, my mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, last I checked, she was slightly injured, but she should be coming home any day soon. I know she's alive, so there's no need to worry too much, Lady Miyako.
No. With the research you've done at the stagnant, continuing to do so would yield more answers, and that you were to want to learn anything in particular, it would only really be a matter of time. However, you also know that if Ward is from this place, or is this closely associated, he would know most, if not all, of the answers to these questions up front.
Of course, Ward would have to know, but he's busy. Can't really... You know what? You said any means necessary. Sure, I'll try. Let's see if this gets me immediately killed or not. Baylorn?
You have a slime?
Nox is going to attempt to ping Ward's sending stone.
Make a roll.
Flat roll?
Flat roll in this case.
3. Critical failure.
Understood.
Do I explode?
We should look is.
No. As you do, this will happen.
I tried.
Yeah.
You said any means
What?
necessary. I thought I'd try.
You need something.
More
Who the-
answers would
huh?
help.
Hello?
Sorry.
About what?
Ward would know more about the businesses of Athalsey, I would assume, since he's probably from there. Of course, he's busy, but he did say deal with it any means necessary, so I thought I'd try and call him. It was a gamble, and if it
Yeah, well,
I
I'm
tried.
taking most of his calls. Don't want to interrupt the busy
Right,
man.
yes. Alright, then sure. Justin, do you know anything about Athleseed that I haven't found out already?
Did you
No.
hold the sword of all?
I try. Sorry for bothering you, sir.
No, I guess when we find the bag, we find your sword.
Oh, there he
I
is.
have no idea.
Why is my sword hidden under my coat?
I know not to try again. Sorry for summoning you? Or did you just never
Who
leave?
knows?
I can never tell with you.
Who the fuck?
My, what you can say, employer. He wants this done. Yeah, as you can probably get from the mood, I can't really fail this.
All right, fine. Whatever.
Unfortunately, it'll be a slow trickle. But any information I do get, I shall forward to you and the other members of my party. However, since you are the merchant, you will be mostly in charge of distributing these. The coins I mentioned previously.
Put them into anybody's pockets that are bad guys, yeah.
Yes,
and
simplifying
bribe
it,
them
yes.
with- I understand.
Or any of the merchants you don't want to have in your way once you take the charge.
And when you say take the charge,
Fill the gap. Going back to that, your reward for
Fill the
existing.
gap.
Headache.
Shit, man, it's a slow day. And
Apologies, it's a headache.
yeah, Justin.
Yes, I've been experiencing headaches. I think it's my.
So unfamiliar with it.
I think it's the weather. But anyway, yes. Your reward for assisting me in my endeavor will be both the
Lies.
tip and the. Oh, I am just dead. And I have crashed. I shall be back as soon as possible. We're powering through it, chat. Powering through it.
my brain.
Lord, there's 10.
Problem is you don't even
Or I assume, Warden? Whoever it is.
That is essentially the premise. You're trying to.
Why don't we just kill them all?
Necessary
Well,
with
you
the.
know what? Never mind.
I return, yes. Where was I? That soon, huh? Okay. I can tell what vibes this is gonna be. I shall do my best. Where was I?
You stated your mother's first and last name and then gave me your social security.
Thank you for reminding me. Yes, your reward for helping me in this endeavor. You both got the original tip in the first place, and the one step ahead against the rest for taking the economical vacuum that will ensue once the mercantile trust is broken to bits. You show yourself competent enough and powerful enough, most likely the rest of the houses will follow you. Especially with your exotic goods from more magical areas. A rare commodity. As the trade is mostly local to there, since there's only one accessible nexus in the entire kingdom, which is on a landmass separated from here. So you can bring the interesting bits. Gander some attention. Spread your weight around. An entirely separated playing field.
Crystals, maybe potions. Trinkets that can sing, self-writing, pianos. Lutes that can play themselves, something like that. Right.
Yes, since the area is very magically dead, anything with magic would most likely gander a lot of attention. Especially those who lived, if there are any long-lived species there, who were around when magic was still there. Like an elf. If there were those such, maybe they'd find some antique-like goods they enjoy. That reminds them of the good old days.
Pay a lot of money for that. Alright. I don't mind if I, read these books somewhere else. Do you?
Go ahead. I've copied down the information, so you can take those.
Right, I need the drink, so I'm headed to the tavern with the books.
Very well.
Fuck, I shouldn't have done that.
I could, in fact, use a drink as well, so why not? It's on me. Think of it as a early payment of your assistance. I shall pay for your drinks. And I will be arcanely locking the building if there's any deities inside. Lock. Right then, now, a time to think to myself and maybe get some clarifying information. So let's lock and talk, O deity of mine.
Depends which deity are you looking for.
The one that's going to tell me all the information so I don't cause a war in the north.
Or just hang on a moment.
So that's me.
How
If I may suggest,
Sit down for that.
Well, have a drink on the second story.
they have airships.
We want airships. We take their
I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever thought about imagining you naked. That just sounds like I'm trying to flirt with the entire audience.
I mean, I don't think I've ever tried to imagine a performer naked, nor seen one.
Well, the audience isn't supposed to get stage fright.
Sometimes we do. I wonder if my clapping's gonna be good now.
If you want to go to an DVC so we can talk without disturbing people.
At the clapping, yeah, I can do that. But then once everyone's clapping,
RP Aether 1 is open.
Very well.
It doesn't matter anymore.
What do you do when people clap on the wrong notes?
So, your questions.
They're supposed to be clapping on 24, but they clap on 1 and 3.
Testing first off, can you hear me?
Yes.
Basically, Nox is trying to get as much context of this fight as possible.
Wherever I'm standing.
So I can make sure there's no misconstruing anything.
I don't know why I'm referring to stage. I'm not usually on a stage.
Where Freya threw away her allegiance.
Usually
Yeah,
in this corner, like,
it's a long while ago,
here
and
or something
that
playing in the corner.
temporary stepping out of the Dominion, so to say, she afterwards stepped back in. So this shouldn't be connected in the way of, well, you know, she is just...
I see. So technically, she is still part of the Dominion, but held hostage,
As far
unquote.
as you know, in the books, she is
You're also on a
part.
stool.
You don't know if she's being held hostage or anything like that. The best solution to come to a peaceful thing is just to try and go talk to her. And I don't know when I can have that arranged, but I will inform you.
Thank you for the context, because last I heard, she just threw away her allegiance because of like what Nox would have thought was like Northern honor or something. So thank you for the clarification.
So that was for that fight, yes. So that in the moment, if she were to die in that duel, she couldn't have been used for the Dominion to retaliate onto Ivor or land.
Like you do want to,
That
right?
was the thing, but that's
Very well.
weeks ago by now.
So it was very temporarily putting aside her difference of the Dominion, but okay, I get it. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
So as far as you know, administratively, she is still a part of the Dominion, but obviously talking to her will, you know,
Gather more context.
better answers, and yes.
Hey, don't go around telling people I
So
said that.
hopefully that was
Yes.
able to clear up any
Thank you very much. Yes, it did. Thank you.
Wonderful. Have a good day.
You too.
I only say the secret shit to the new people. People I see around a lot, I can't say the secrets to, because they'll go around telling people.
Details. Of course, with the 21, if you have any questions about the city itself, you can learn just about anything.
I can't necessarily promise that.
It's a very high roll.
I'm telling stories to other Farron and VK.
The city
You don't
and
want
the legions are.
There's
go up to.
It's gonna be just a
GM2.
story then. Person is holding a slime.
Apologies for talking so much shit about the secret while being a secret myself.
You're fine. It's not the first time I've heard someone have mouth their own guild.
Oh yeah,
Even if they love it, they have their own groups of it. Really? Nieko, did you cut your hair? Like, it's just something they have to get off their chest. Someone.
Let me just put that heat out of you. Yeah, but good thing you
No worries. And basically, caused him to go through a similar process to Pommel's bone armor incident, but minus the arm.
Or someone else.
Apex, or you could, yeah, I would say.
Gunther's here. It's the time.
Like a greatsword and able to manipulate it just fine. But he could say no.
Hi. Goodbye.
I really didn't expect that to work. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Raised fucking guys. One time I did talk to that penguin. He's coming with him.
I might make a trip down the red wall real quick.
Kyle.
Probably find it then.
But I heard it takes a hot minute to get there. There's no magical transports allowed there.
I can get some possession.
And things happen.
Flattery is not going to get you anywhere.
I'm okay. You good?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Alright.
There's
I
another
think
day
that
with
creature's
penguin.
grown beyond... I think that penguin's grown beyond my capacity to afflict it with magic. Stay right there. There's some sort of cosmic force behind that penguin. I can't cast on it.
Can I assist you?
That's horrible. I'm gonna go over here.
Oh, right. I'm guessing this is building. Sorry, there was a penguin up here throwing my friend.
This is to the public.
I have no
However, a
business being up
fair
here.
warning being up here would be nice.
That's fair. I'm just gonna... I have no business with this building, so...
He's still right there.
Oh dear, is it this again?
It's that one.
Greetings, you.
It throws you in. Throws you in.
Oh god.
What do you want? What do you want?
Alright, let me in. Okay, we're doing this again.
Yeah, the penguin just does that.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing we can do. Hi, Damien. Sorry, we'll try to refrain from being thrown off your building.
This is personal now.
The penguin.
Throws Catwoman at you, or Fox Girl at you.
One too many times, Gunter. This is now personal.
I have an idea.
He's gonna kick the penguin. Kick the penguin out. What? Move out of the way.
You see a circle at... Oh, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hold on one moment. I will let you do that because that will be fucking hilarious. You see him puke out a circleized, like, you know those cartoon bombs?
Yes.
And it's lit.
Well,
Picks up
throws. While in the middle of that, fucking... That was a running start. That was a running start. Just fucking...
Yeah, I just go with it.
Hey, excuse me, something under your feet here. I need to grab. 1 second.
You would see a portal opens up to the cat unit. You recognize the portal. Aslan has sent it to her pocket.
Nothing's inside.
But you see, this is where you improvise. Because that's still like maybe 10 pounds of metal. Catapult. Well, I missed, but you get the gist.
They're already gone.
Yeah. I really hate that one.
Oh, you aim me? Good.
No, not you. Penguin. The one can even call it.
Looks like I'm doing something wrong. Hold on, I need to fucking fix something.
Why does this not have a handle? Fuck!
Ah. Ah, I see. I believe you. This is my death. Very well. I hope you're enjoying the show, Pyrus. I'm doing my damnedest.
As much as I love this character, I hate having the fucking paws out because the paws are so big. The paws are so fucking big.
Yeah, no,
Not Frankia.
Oh yes, that's still happening. Ollie is still trapped in his time loop. Yay! Gunter! I wish for wall insurance.
Understood.
Ow. Okay. I will get my wall insurance, Gunter. You can't stop me. Is he going all the way to the Nexus? There he is. You will not stop me, Gunter. I want my wall insurance. Let's go ahead. The wall rebuilds itself anyway, why not? Maybe I could use a drink.
I don't like to look good.
Good evening.
Just the magic, it's fine. Yeah, we have the classic free. Oh, sure.
I've seen many a thing in my time, but never have I seen a penguin do this.
Still working at the the Artisan Skill Forge as a blacksmith and carpenter, but still still up at this,
I'm sure you've learned a lot every night.
quite a bit. I mean, a lot of happiness.
I bet.
So this trip went to. Oh, so yeah, go ahead.
But how is the knowledge treating you?
I mean,
Oh, this is one hell of a situation.
Yes.
So, let me see here. Appleseed, they're self-sustaining with their foods. And the problem is with that is, well, I had an idea to starve out the city to try and get this group to, abide to what we requested. I don't think it's going to happen. The two houses' greatest enemies are too far south for us to, well, get in contact with. It's their military feature. Come to Appleseed, and his track record's not in favor of it, basically. So we can't turn their enemy against them, and well, we can't threaten their enemy against them, and we can starve them out. So I'm trying to think of another method. I'm trying to gather some more information here. Fuck.
I don't think you're invisible, but I can't tell.
Bonjour, Choco Fox! New owner!
Reload
Hello! I did. Show it on show.
Is there a new owner?
It's me.
Has the Rugen Rogue really expanded to the tavern now, or is it just you?
It is me!
Amazing, I have no qualms then. Welcome, new barkeep.
Absolutely wonderful. Agricultural Guild still gets a part of the business. They own 15%.
Alright!
I'm gonna fucking open the doors.
Well then it seems that, well, plan B is more the leaning option. Since we can't get the advantage then.
Bonjour, mon ami!
Welcome to the tavern. I am your new barkeep, your new owner. Pleasure to meet you. The fuck is Paris? I'm from the Underdark.
Yeah, I own it now. Fuck it, I'm not selling this place.
Kidding me? What can I do for you, friend?
Just visiting by. Actually, I like a big apple juice, please.
Apple juice. Let's see.
By the way, you'll notice like there's drywall in his hair.
Yes, I do. I'm a cleric. You could try and see if
Juiced apple.
magically would help. I don't know if Miss Wolf.
That will be about 15 copper.
You were telling me small one.
Oh yeah, I was there when he disappeared.
Pleasure.
That is a lot of pleasure.
See if this keyword.
Nice to meet you. I'm We shake a lot in my
What's the real one?
like a courtesy with a bow.
Like
Pleasure,
that?
pleasure, yes.
Hold on, I'm gonna go put on some more fitting attire.
I'm a goblin.
My sight is here. Goblin. Good goblin.
I'd like to say that I'm a good goblin.
Let us hope so. Good goblin.
I mean, I don't plan to rob you blind if that's what you're thinking of.
Well, what was your name again? A few months ago.
I'm Era.
Era.
Okay, I'll remember for next time. Okay.
I think I remember you introducing me to them, but like I said, we didn't speak talk much, so not much to remember.
Sorry, I was doing research. I have an idea.
Would you like to discuss it
deities.
here or in the building again? Headache. Sorry. Would you like to discuss it here or in the building again?
Come on, we will discuss this alone.
Yes. Yes, shall do that.
This way instead.
Doctor!
If you would like, there is a out-of-the-way place I'm aware of. If you'd like to talk in private.
As long as I can sit down on a chair, sure.
Would a stone slab do?
Fine. Quickly, come on.
After you.
Oh, you're shitting me. Fuck. Oh, I'm just loving this. Mushrooms. Yeah. Totally okay, fine. Yeah, at least it's not a growing tongue. Alright.
Mage
so
chair.
They're god. There's something about 3 forbers. Basically, they're the gods of life, prosperity, and health. Somewhat. That's why people pay for them. This is what I am thinking. And turn their enemies and threaten them with their enemies. We can cut them off from supplies, so I'm thinking why not turn their god against them? And we are the only ones who know how to, let's say, fix their wrath.
Well, in hindsight, Plan B does maybe fit in with that. The coin of prosperity
This is
being
what I'm
their
thinking.
drain of life.
Yes, we can take these coins and hand them out to at least the people inside of Apple. How many do you have again?
That pouch, it'll be making more every day that I have in preparation. Likely I'll have more than 200 by the next couple of days. It's a matter of
What is the
time.
population of the people inside of this place?
I have others working on them as well, so we'll have a lot. More than we'll
Question?
probably use.
Hold on. What's the population of Aisley?
quite significant. It was. Let me check.
Hundreds of thousands? Or thousands?
Yes.
Hundreds of thousands, okay.
Calculate that kind of exactly. Give me a moment. Continue conversation.
How fast or how long would it take to make at least 1,000?
If I told my constructs to hurry the process, probably in a day. However, it would also risk lowering the quality of the mint, meaning maybe they'd find flaws in it more easier. Most of the time it's going into making sure that the coin looks real enough, because it's just not worth the resources to use real coins in the process if I'm going to lose them.
Alright, then another question. How many days would it take you to make at least maybe 10,000?
I would consider that a DM question. Because I'm working on it, she is working on it. I have 2
10,000
constructs.
is a lot of coins, but 100,000 is a lot of people.
And one of my constructs is a crafter.
It is.
Let's say I had both of my assistant constructs working on it, as long as I am as well.
Roll.
Headache. But yes, let's say I have one crafter.
18's pretty damn good.
Yes. Nice, 18, cool. I blanked for a minute, sorry.
18. So, yeah, you'd get pretty
How
damn
many
close to
days?
10,000.
How many
Yes.
days would it... And then when are we going to this mission is my question.
The Inquisitors have yet to give the date. They are setting it up so it makes us easier to get in there in the first place, so I'm waiting for their call. But yes, if I had my crafter construct work on these as well as my assistant and myself, I could make these by maybe tomorrow or the day after, tomorrow's evening.
So, this is my other question. How do these coins work?
If they are on the person's person, once activated, they will drain them, basically. I can give an example with one of these mushrooms. I have some on me. Single coin. Just
Now,
embed it.
before you touch that, let me just back up a little bit because I have
Allergies?
terrible phobias of let's just say things that grow.
Ah. Right, example. Basically cut open a piece of the cap, stick the coin in, make some distance. Just imagine that being the pocket of the person with a coin. A single snap of my fingers, and the mushroom's life begins to drain away. Wither, wilt, decay. And I have what little energy it does have in it. And I can take that in and use that to cast as a buffer. Now imagine that on a city scale. The lives of heavily scarred mercs. How much life I would get out of them. The more life I get, the more likely I can cast that spell. The plan B.
So, another question.
Yes.
Could you retain it so, let's just say, doesn't kill them, just makes them terribly ill?
I guess I could. But that would require timing on my part. I'd have to turn them back all off.
You could take a little bit and stop, and then take a little bit and then stop, correct?
Yes. As long as I'm not too distracted in the moment, I could fine-tune the process, yes.
Right. This is what I'm we find some way to give out all of these, at least 2,000 coins, and spread it among the city. The day of what we will approach these, what was it called?
The Trust. We'll call them the Trust.
The Trust, yes. Approach them and tell them that if they do not stop what they are doing, we'll cut their line to the god.
I see.
Now, this is where those coins come in. Of course, they'll say no and tell us that we are crazy. However, in a few days' time, those coins will make the population sick, and they'll pray to their god, but he won't be able to help them. Enticing. The Trust will believe that we truly are capable of cutting their god off from them, making them fear us, making them respect us, and anything we request.
Very well.
Thoughts?
Let's add that to the pile of options. But here's what I believe another path would be. It is a day of generosity donations by the Trust themselves. We finally decided, why not? Why not spread the wealth to those who need it most? We say it's on behalf of them. And on that day, we make it look like it was them, and they were smitten by the gods themselves because of their arrogance.
Are you talking about spreading these coins like that?
Yes, on behalf of the Trust. On these houses.
It is possible, however, just rolling it up in the market, yelling that giving out free coins, not a lot of people will take them. And the people that will take them, I imagine, will be very poor.
Poor, sick.
This is what I'm thinking. Well, we want the people that are healthy to get sick, at least in my mind. So, what I'm thinking. I'm sure the churches have charities where you can perhaps give coin. Why not strike hearts that worship them? Once they've turned sick and they go back and they pray, their hands together, then well, let's say that they may drop their beliefs. The Trust will take notice of this. And we can... Maybe I can go there and sell a part of my good magical kind. However, that will raise now would show them there's something else out there other than their god. Which though, maybe that's not the best idea.
There's always
going
the
out and selling my goods.
chance that when we give out this initial threat, if we even say it out loud, they might just try to kill us in their building, not let us leave.
That's where the heavy metal comes in. As I said, and that other person, let them do the work.
You mean my other two I have wanting to go on this?
Yes. I am there to give suggestions, talk.
Yes.
I'm not there to fight, however, I will if it means my life.
Your plan is mostly sound. However, it is a more long-term plan. Slow burn. It is good in that regard.
Imagine it would take 2 days to spread those coins if we were to sell them. Or give them out and spread them in the economy.
What I would wish for that to happen, if that is the case, is we'd have to stay there for the 2 days. I'd rather not get too far. We stay here for the time of that allotted sickness, and then we come back. show that we mean it. And if by chance they still do not care, then I shall finish Plan B.
We threaten them that we'll be back in a certain time period. If they do not abide to it, we walk away. You do your magic trick with the coins. And we let the news spread. Maybe an hour pass by and we come back to them, asking if they've learned their lesson.
Yes. As long as we can stay in the area, then I am fine with this plan.
Yes. There is something else, though. Instead of charity, instead of just handing it out, because, I've been in Aether long enough to know that that's a fucking mistake. Perhaps we can go to auctions. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but
Very
maybe
good
perhaps
idea.
choose the wealthier people. People that fine, dine. May I help you?
I'm sorry, just, didn't know people were in here.
Yes. May we help you?
Oh, I was just looking for a private place for a little conversation with one of my daughters.
Somewhere else, please. This is very important.
Understood.
Very well, we're on a time limit now. That was a hag, I believe. I shall stand here. We're on a time limit now. I dislike hags and anything about them.
Alright. What do you want to do next, then?
Lock. This plan is soundproof. To the most degree. You will be the one to help locate and understand these higher people, the wealthiers. You understand them more than I do. Find ways to grease them up, make them easier, persuade them.
Here's what I'm thinking. If we go to a set auction like this, we'll find it somewhere in the books, I'm sure. An auction house, maybe just in the marketplace. We give as much money as we can to our other members and see if they can buy items with these coins. Give it to the people behind them, and I'm sure that these wealthy auctioneers...
Well, they do need to buy their goods somewhere. Spread and spread and spread.
We need to be the highest bidder out of everything. We need to dominate the market.
Now, dominate person, that is an interesting take, even if you did not mean that. Perhaps I could subtly hold the audience captive, giving you the rights of bidding, if you understand my drift.
That may not be necessary.
Well, you know more than I about merchants. In the economy.
Go on.
Back to the tavern, then. Or would you like to go to an actual secure place with a comfy chair?
I believe that, I've done all I can, at least a little bit. Not mine, I would like to hold on to these books, do some research, maybe find another option, though I do think this is the best course of action.
Yes.
At least one of them.
This would make sense. However, without saying much, since we are now in the sky, perhaps pushing them very hard. 1 hour, and then we do it. pushed them to an immediate corner.
Apologies, the store is technically closed.
Just out of character. Somebody's just grabbing the doorknob somewhere.
Hey, you mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's gonna try and magically diagnose. Like,
early,
gonna
but
try and
God,
diagnose if your magic is like anything wrong with your brain.
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
You're gonna grab a single cashew and just shove it in your mouth. Thank you. What is this library club?
It's also banks on them being.
There you go. Working. Political stuff.
Greetings, Lady Miyako.
Pull out some glasses and put them over her eyes.
Don't really have the longevity psychologically.
And he's nowhere to be seen.
You'd be reading a book about a foreign land, and there'd be details such as Borgberg, Atlas, and an entire map of a continent. Don't mind them. This is kind of confidential.
Or?
I can say this.
Stuff?
Lady Miyako, this is something, Mr. Ward has put me in charge of.
I get a look at it, though.
Very well.
I'm pregnant.
Yes, you are.
You'd see the information about the two houses of this land of Borgberg. The entire continent is called Makarov, if I'm not mistaken.
The kingdom of Bergborg is the kingdom. I don't know the land's name yet. It would be described as a continent separated from the material plane by an ocean.
Can you grab the book?
Thank you.
That works.
I hope you have a wonderful day, my lady. And I hope that your mother gets home soon. Thank you.
That girl scares me.
Well, that girl is royalty now.
What?
Yes. Princess Miyako. Has a ring to it.
Okay, then.
Yeah, sorry, I'm walking too fast. In the earlier days.
No, I actually stopped with my tracks. Holy
She made a
shit,
kinship with the soon-to-be empress and adopted.
And you get the door.
Yes.
Hey, Nox, I'm free if you. Because I know you sent me a sending a while back.
I was trying to tell you that Toma would most likely want to see you. But I believe that's past.
Oh. Gotcha. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
She got pushed into a state.
Fire guy. You know Era, right?
Yes, of course, however,
Yeah,
this whole
fucking
plan
came
would
by.
revolve on them all
Took her to the
being
cave,
in
she's
one
gone,
space.
cave's empty.
That's the big thing.
What'd you just say?
This whole plan, however, would bank on them all being in one space to air the threat, so they all know.
That fucker started burning the fucking tavern, and whenever I tried to do anything about it, sent me straight back to the Nexus point.
Maybe we should,
I couldn't kick that bitch out of the tavern.
we could do a
even if
little
I
bit more
tried.
research.
Yes. We need to find buildings where meetings would be held. That would also help a lot.
Yes. We need some kind of merchant skill. Talk to them. Maybe we could gather. I need to figure
You and me both.
I believe there's only one other merchant here. And you. There's no merchants guild.
Whenever you decide to go on that.
At least not
I'm
here.
talking about.
At Alpha. I see. Sorry.
Seen the aura.
Yes, a merchants
What I'm
guild.
getting at is that perhaps we can find some way to get the other members of the trust in one place, like you said. Need to do.
You know,
What to do, what to do.
what if we had our own auction? Something that was magical, very magical. That would maybe draw them in. Each wanting one up on the other.
Open up proposing that I could get what I have and try and put it up for sale. I would be buying it back, of course, but I don't have a lot of supplies worth a lot of money like that. And it's unknown to the realm, so the price would be unknown.
I have one highly magical thing I possess. And I'm not really using it. But I would like it back, so I could put it up for the auction.
It's worth it. Maybe I could...
Let me show you. It's pretty interesting. You see him open up a little gate. You'll see it looks like a library's office space. And you see a intricate sword. And he pulls it out. Blue, purplish blade, bronze with green gems laid on it. This is my personal focus. Mana steel blade, bronze, handle, customized for me and specifically. It is my focus. Highly resilient to magic, and a conduit in of itself. I haven't had the chance to bring it here often as I don't have a way to show it personally. So I wait until I can. But yes, the interesting thing are the opals that swirl around it. One is arcane and one is metal, which would usually cause an arcane distribution, making it detonate. However, they're equal distance from each other, so they don't do that.
The thing is, though, we can't just sell one item and spend all of our money. We need to spread it out among different items we can give out. Yes, it would be possible, but however, it would take a few more days, and I don't believe you have...
Gathering, yeah, I don't...
So what I'm recommending is walk around Aether, see who has anything they'd be willing to part ways with as a pawn. Talk to them, see if they have anything magical or anything shining that would be willing to give to us, just for a time. And then
with the promise of returning.
Days time. Yes, you see.
And perhaps to give them incentive to lend us these items, they can get a portion of what was bid for it.
Yes. Maybe like that. Right then, well, I believe that this is a solid enough plan. I will take the books back to my realm.
I shall begin looking around. I maybe have a few friends who'd like to give some areas of expertise. I'll try and find some items. But do know, if somehow we lose these items, I will have burnt many bridges for this.
Indeed.
Best of luck to you,
Which is a risk I'm willing to take. Yes, yes, yes. If you don't mind, I believe I hear an old friend dying over there.
Letting off some steam?
We did, that huge dungeon raid.
Did something happen? Are you letting off more steam? Or is this a playful or something? Ah. Hey, well.
I know he knows. We almost won. It's Brandy.
Tama.
Thank you.
Julian. You be one. And of course the town, maybe not. No, it's not empty just yet.
And I know. from my husband lost. Therefore, I shall be judged. By name, by letter, by title.
Oh my
I
god.
Tudin's not.
Everyone thinks every old man's like cookie cutter and know each other. This is incredible. I'm not saying you
So, compared to here, there, everything is very much more mundane. Simpler.
Pardon me, is the
Good day.
building open?
Yes, the door is open.
You are one of the most important people I would like to talk to you. You're the only other merchant here.
Yeah.
Do you have any interesting items that I could borrow?
Using the word borrow is kinda...
Let me
vague
explain.
in this sense.
Yes. Borrow and give back, plus the money you would have gotten if you sold it.
What is this about? I kinda need... Like, do you need just normal mundane items, or do you need actual...
Intrigue.
some magical or things?
It don't have to be too magical. Just something that would give people who haven't seen magic in a long time a good kick. I'd promise to give them back.
Most of my items are more on the mundane side, and sir, I do not know who you are, but I did see you come from Dominion building, and my personal opinions on the Dominion are not the greatest.
Yes, I am well aware.
I am
Apologies, though, that I have not introduced myself yet. My name is Knox O'Reilly. Humble scribe, scrivener.
Mineral? Paperwork, I see.
Yes.
Let's see here.
I've come to you first since you're the only other merchant that's here. But I thought I'd try you first.
Miss Amberleaf was here, but their potions seem to be more on the lesser side and more on the recreational. Let's see here, we have Bloodstone Mace. Takes out the necklace. And those are in the other one. A pair of boots. These are a few of the lesser magic items I've been picking up lately. The mace is a simple mace of accuracy. It is slightly more accurate than you would expect. It gives a very slight boost in one's ability to swing. I would say about +1. The ring, the necklace, is one of those you can see a lot. It's a necklace of dark seeing. It does not work for long, but it can give you a moment.
Feel a quake as chunks of it disperse back into the maelstrom.
Oh.
Whoa. What was that? That's concerning.
Oh.
Sir Knox?
The island seems a lot more dimmer. Does anyone else see that?
Dimmer?
How can a floating island have an earthquake? It's not connected to the ground. I don't...
Well, that would only mean...
Excuse me, Mr. Knox.
Oh, dear. I am going to check something very quickly. I did not expect that this would happen today. This is taking too long. Gate.
I don't think it's the same one.
You realize something as you stand here. the mages usually charge the crystal every once in a while. And being around the island, you haven't seen anyone do the ritual or any sort of charging around the crystal in quite some time.
What the fuck is Kalbanda?
Where are the Seekers doing their job?
I know where Kalbanda's been. Where the fuck have his people been? Also, Abida's on the island. If
Yes,
she
I
enters
saw.
the Dominion building, fucking kill her.
Can I not? I don't think I can do that. The protections.
You will do everything in your power to make it happen if she sets foot in our fucking embassy.
Very well. I have returned, and I've learned what has gone wrong. The Seekers are not doing their job. It seems somehow they've forgotten to charge the crystal. Now the island has decayed again.
I was told this wasn't the obligation of the Seekers themselves.
Well, the Seekers need to collect the items.
We cannot just do the ritual every day or something. We have items stocked up, yes, but we have to actually do the ritual. That requires the mages necessary to even pull it off in the first place. Master Televex has not been around, and...
A slight
But yes,
panic aside, I
will.
apologize.
I understand. I will... Well, I'm sure Master Califax and Master Kalbanda will are fully aware though, but we will mention we will most likely have the ritual happen again.
Yes.
Soon.
But all that panic and wayward throw to the side. Back to this. Your items of interest. I believe the boots were what was left.
What? Why does it feel like... doesn't matter. Anyway. Oh, see, they're doing the ritual right now, apparently. Right, the third item, the boots, are, boots of tight grip. They are magically enchanted to not slip on any sort of slippery surface. However, it has the downside that you cannot also slide by yourself. If you try to, slide your feet, it won't. It will stick.
I see.
These are the level of magic item I usually get my hands on.
The necklace and the boots. How much?
The necklace... It's maybe the best one out of these. I will say that's 15 gold. The boots, only 5. 20 gold total.
Let's say for both. I gave you 15 gold in total, and I'd give you the price of them both back when I return the items. That means you would get either 35 or 45 gold back.
Feel free to read the paper.
Yes. A contract then.
It is what you expect. It is you vowing that you will return the items. No blood or anything necessary, just a simple...
Quill then.
Oh, the quill is...
Right, I think I've
do not know why they...
bumped into a wall. Yes. Knox O'Reilly. I will pay you the 15 gold, and I'll return the total price back with the items. You will get a main profit from this. I would like you to keep these until I come to collect them, as I will not be needing them for a little bit. So you have a big profit here. Just do not sell them. That is all I ask.
Understood. I can do some as much.
Have a good day, Mr. Damien.
don't worry about it. I feel like it is better.
Hmm?
Arcane Lock. Maxima. I really do not wish to do this. But orders or orders. Arcane Lock. Maxima. Lockdown. Ektivaskivam, ektvulietiva, ektinga. Red wall. Hope I don't get in trouble for doing that. Belshio did it, so hopefully I can have his side if something does bad happen. Who cares? Who doesn't? It's gonna be Nox. Spread some chaos. Ah. Gonna come looking for you for something. But if you're going off, you're going off.
Yep.
Hmm.
You can send me like a letter and
Very
you
simple.
Can find me next session.
It's a very impromptu letter. Basically saying, somebody didn't do their job. Aether fell. Somewhat. Nox.
What?
The mages rolled a nat
boy.
1 in the rejuvenation of the island ritual, so some of it broke off again. Oh dear.
Oh, I'm gonna go eat people now then.
Yes.
This is your fault. He's gone.
And a full plan has been put into play. It's much more weird for the thing. I'll tell Belshio to like forward it to you.
Are we fighting? Are we finally fighting Egyptian monsters like I was taught?
Hello.
So magic, so you can probably cast my magic too, correct?
I would assume so.
So I would have had a mind magic oopsie early today.
I'm tired of
To explain it
Greetings, my
lightly.
lady.
And I need that undone. Well, I got a temporary solution, but that lasts 4 days. I become a paranoid man.
I see. Well, walk with me, I guess. What has happened?
So, I was trying to seek out a mind mage to get some memory removed. Very repetitive. I found one, but apparently their mind magic was cursed and just ended up replacing it with me being chased by a monster for several years. And I became a paranoid mess. I fortunately found someone who could cast a spell to basically block this spell, but it only lasts for 4 days.
I would like to firstly give you the initial warning that usual mind magics like this aren't good for the psyche. Do you still wish to continue?
Yes. Well, I'd rather not be a paranoid.
Very well.
So,
Stand in the
question.
circle.
My original goal of removing the there was a good portion of my life where it was the same day every day for many years. I was trying to get that to remove. Is why this all happened in the first place. Are you still able to do that?
I can. Just be aware this might have consequences you don't know. I don't know either, because it's your memories. Who knows how much those memories shape you to be who you are now? Who knows if you'll be the same person? That sort of situation.
Why I want to get rid of them. I'm unsatisfied with what they've done to me.
Very well. If this is what you want, then I shall help. Just prepare yourself, I guess.
Preparing. He stares blankly. I consent to everything you're about to do.
Very well. If you are rolling for me, he's a battle mage. He gets advantage and a +2. So if the first roll is 18,
I can roll.
11,
and 2.
Alright,
Still
13.
11.
13. Will this be sufficient?
I would say you remove it. There's some leftovers, but most of the bad memories are gone.
This will take a moment.
You remove the bad shit, at least.
Oh, well, they're back to normal. Back to the same day every day. Do you want to now try to remove them? I no longer have that paranoia of a monster hunting.
Right. Very well.
Back in my head.
Allow me to think first so I can perhaps learn and better safeguard this process.
Sure, take your time. I'm in no.
Flat roll to see if Nox's trait procs. He needs a 10 or higher. 13. Nox has learned enough about this to get a slight advantage. He now has a +3 instead of a +2. Roll again.
Sounds good.
Advantage +3.
Oh.
Well, luckily not a critical failure. This is...
You see, you try to erase it, but it's just... When she said years, she meant, like, pretty much half her entire life. It's a lot. You try to erase, but it's just the same day every day, over and over. It's just too much. You erase some, but not all of it. You see that it's some routine that she had in her younger life of... She had to reschedule the same day over and over.
Huh. Yes, this is very difficult to handle.
It was a long period of my life. Not very... Very... Kind of...
Right. How about we make a more official deal? Remind me, what do you do again?
Very well. I am a creation. I specialize in turning mana into things that I understand innately.
Do you have any magical items you'd be willing to part with?
I work with Dr. Uzon. Know who
Something that would catch the eye.
specializes in magic.
Magitech would be wonderful. The highest grade for this.
This is very well. She's gonna take out a magic tech item. It looks like the best way to put it is a grenade with a crystal in it. Basically, you imbued magic of any sorts into this. You throw it, and it explodes that mana outward.
I see. I shall
You
take
can also
this.
set it on a timer.
Well, I shall take this. We're going somewhere different. I need a place of focus for myself.
Someone gave me a couple of those. Those for self-defense.
I'd rather not walk all the way back. So. Ekazvim ikvanisko valita. Kiskava.
Respawning?
Aether. You may walk into
alright.
the portal.
Alrighty. Are we spawning somewhere specifically, or just going to the Nexus?
What you would have seen, or your character would have seen, is you walked through the portal, and it'd be like walking into a high-pressured stream, and being
She would
shot
just be kind of
forward.
staring at it absently.
Yes. Basically,
She's
Nox made a
very
portal into the
non-reactive.
side of the Nexus junction. Basically going through it without using the portal.
That was unique.
You have found, I guess, some friendship with someone of power. Well, I do not gloat about it much.
But it's good to hear. I'm always happy to make good friends. Until that's it.
I think your sound voice broke.
That's good to hear. I'm always glad to make new friends.
Yes, very much so.
And I'm told that's a good
Once in a while, people see them, but they're not really meant to be seen. Oh, hello.
But yes, I believe this will be my grand finale for you, my friend. Not often I pull out all the stops.
Yes, the last mage I spoke of, as you saw, did not go well.
Well, you see, I am different, for I do not mess with things unless I'm sure I can understand them. Meaning, I do not find myself prone to curses or pacts or extra-dimensional shenaniganry. So we are going somewhere where I cannot fail.
The opposite of Dr. Islam.
Yes.
He tends to mess with things that he probably should.
Let's make this quick. The island is in a state. Let's hurry the pace. Yes. Out of character, if your character has magical sight or something similar, you will see the building alight with dense mana, and a lot of it. Similar to the mage in front of you.
I'm sensing coming from that building.
Well, yes. This would be my sanctum. And I welcome you in.
Isn't this the Dominion building?
Yes. And I am its protector.
That's fine. I have no problem.
Closing both doors for this. Ah, it's one of these situations again. Door has disappeared. Very well. It's closed.
Oh, someone stole the back door. Unfortunate.
This is my place of power. I am much more free here than anywhere else. As you probably know, for those of higher power, the bubbles keep us downgraded. This is my home away from home. And I shall give you my all, just this once. You'll see multiple runes on all these floating parchments, and a lot more that cannot be shown with props are floating in a circle above you and around you.
Interesting rune design.
I was able to disenchant a deck from the card of many things. So this should work with something like you.
Very well.
I shall roll this time.
It's just a lot. Okay.
I shall roll my fate. Well, your fate, technically.
Yes.
Nox is
See
in
how
his
much the
sanctum,
character changes.
his place of power. That's another +1. He knows somewhat of your issue, which is another +1. He is a battle mage. He gets the advantage and his +2. Advantage and +4 in total. I shall roll this time.
Alright, go ahead and roll.
16.
And with that, the memories start slowly falling away. Day after day, gone. Scheduled life, no more. All that remains is her latter life.
And as this goes on, more of these parchments would glow and burn, and more replace them.
As you notice, her expression goes away from that dull, unreactive. Something more reactive.
I think it's working.
Glad to see that. I am almost done. And...
Oh, wow. That was quite impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Unfortunately, the downside is now there's a lot of ash that I need to sweep up later. That I can do.
You know, I remember asking for this, otherwise I feel like that would cause a lot of issues.
Yes, I put that into account. Yes, I'm glad I could help you.
Oh. I've always had this subconscious, almost fear that if I expressed myself, I was too out of there, that something bad would happen because of it. It's gone now.
Well, I'm glad I could have helped you. Now, I would gladly take my incentive.
Yes. Here you go. Be careful now. Don't blow anyone up.
Of course. More likely than not, I shall return to see you sometime soon.
Sure thing.
Now let's make sure the island isn't falling to bits.
Oh, does it do that often?
The people who usually recharge the crystal have forgotten to do so often. And so, the island finally cracked.
Oh, that's
Yes.
not good.
Usually, what you saw at the crystal earlier is what they do before this happens. They equally give out energy.
Maybe it's best to return to Redwall quickly.
If you wish. Or if I am here. Isn't it here as well as stay?
I'd rather not be on a falling rock.
Well, if we were falling, we would be falling forever, so I don't think there would be any issue.
I know I have wings, but I can't exactly fly.
But you are a fine creature. Yes. I don't think there are unspeakable horrors inside your mind.
Has the crystal been stabilized?
For now, like I said, I need to have a talk with Count Wonder about that and his seekers.
So technically,
what?
So technically, if I cast hold
Last
person on
question
you,
for
who
you.
would bend?
If you had a choice between anyone in Aether, Redwall, who do you think should wield the spear?
I just thought of a pretty. So like
you.
So like, you know what? I'm gonna not say it. I'm gonna go
Into battle.
See you guys there.
Yeah, like Dan, but like
You do well in battle.
you don't even reach your leg.
I've seen you. I've been alongside you more than once.
The other direction. Sorry.
I see.
Like that, specify what direction.
Right.
It's either backwards or
Leave it
forward.
to
Are you trying to make a champion, some hero of Aether to take the fight to the Daedra, to the threat beyond wielding the legendary spear?
of Aether.
Have you ever made an omelet?
Yeah, but like the mid half of your body.
In that case, I'll give you the political answer. Choose someone charismatic, likable, and dumb enough to put their life on the line. Make
So that's
a
basically
hero.
anyone in Seekers.
No,
It's
not the
yoga,
dumb.
it's called a-
Dumb enough to risk themselves, but skilled enough to lead.
It sounds like yoga.
May not look like it. Anyways,
It is a sound thought process.
It's involuntary yoga.
No, that's an extremely bad idea.
You might want to take a step.
Just depends on who.
Well,
No one politically affiliated either. You need someone as neutral as possible. Rally as many people to that cause as they can. I have my own experience fighting Umbral. Depends.
Probably, yeah.
Like I said, political alignments.
Nod, nod, nod.
You have to go meet with
Nathan's not a bad choice.
I have a few things I need to do, but I'll probably be at some.
we're thinking Adagio, Paladin. I said that if he swears his oath of protection in front of the crystals, he'll have my vote.
Wasn't even one of the cool ones. I think you made a friend.
Remember Nathan.
Sense of
People covered.
He's reliable, and he eats well.
about it.
Oh, some of them can see it.
You know it's a high level of dead. Even with studies, you can easily classify it
From
2 days from
as
now,
definite.
Oh, wait, there
Something of
and I have your
terrible
opinion as one of my guild members.
power.
Grabbed your leg from the other flipper.
Shall I slid you?
There's something familiar about its mana.
That's true. Oh, that's
Undead shouldn't have mana.
That's what
As far as you
know. That's why I drop
Very
everything
odd.
Alright.
on here.
I'll catch you later. Take care.
See ya.
What is it?
You seem lost.
As strong as ever. Now then.
What did you say about sulfur? Sorry?
Waiting for a meeting with Sulfur. That is all.
Would you like a update on your request of me, High Inquisitor?
Certainly, go ahead.
Yes, first off, the team has been established, and a basis of a plan.
Wonderful.
But I also did wish to ask
What
of
exactly?
you if you knew anything more about this place that I have yet to find, as I documented to you what findings I could find. Whether 10 years ago or 100, there's not much that comes through their nexus. Would you know anything more specifically about the area?
There's a lot of things. What are you planning so far?
The plan is to break
Justin must have
their-
really been on your ass if you're moving this fast.
Yes. The plan is to break their economy. Maybe more in a private area.
Yes.
Yes.
She can wait. There's nothing she can do here.
Though do keep in mind the back door is kind of broken at the moment, fourth dimensionally.
It does that occasionally.
Today we are the victim of the anomalous floating door. It's somewhere.
We'll talk in the drug lounge if need be.
Yes. I can always turn on the silence bubble. As you open the door, you'll notice a lot of ash on the floor.
Have you been having drugs in here too, Nox?
No, I recently had to, do a procedure on somebody. I've earned some favors. I'll clean it up later. But yes, the plan is to, crazily enough, make it look like their gods have abandoned them. The merchant has had the idea of spreading these coins, which I've already informed you about, around in auctions to the highest bidders, etc. And give that first and last warning. If they do not comply, we break them. And if not them, those who they leech off of. And we come back. And if they still cannot see reason, then Plan B is put into effect.
Gods, coins. I'm sorry. Could you go over the plan again?
The merchant, after doing some research of his own, learned of the 3, I believe, gods that are in that area. Well, they worship at least. Prosperity, health, and life, I think. His idea is...
Geysers, Thanas, and Drogon.
Yes, thank you for those names. I shall try to remember those. But yes, the coins for Plan B.
You won't find those names anywhere else.
Well, then I
No,
shall
they're
surely
obscure
document them.
enough.
Documented using these coins of life transference I've made you aware of. Spreading these through auctions, purchasing from people. And, well, there is a plan to have our own auction to attempt to draw in some of the trust. By spreading these coins, I will be able to have Plan B in my pocket. The Circle of Death. And the first part of the plan will be to approach the trust after this is all set up and do the initial threat of stop, or we shall show you that your gods will not help you here. There was more specific wording from the merchant, but I forget. But if they do not comply, after
How
a set
heavy
amount
are
of
these
time,
coins?
what you would expect of normal coins. They are handmade by
Good.
me, she, and Lynn. Lynn is more used to this. She's a crafter. We are making these in mass every day until the
Good.
mission is put in place. We will use these as our currency when we are in Athelsea. Buying, selling, distributing this throughout the kingdom, if good enough. And once we have given enough of this and enough time has passed, we shall find a way to draw out members of the trust. Go on.
Aether's currency is different to what we use. Not a lot of connections, not a lot of trade goes through. Understandable. As long as they're an equivalent weight of precious metal, it should work just fine.
If there's any specifics,
Might
that
not be
would help
accepted
me.
everywhere.
If you had a
I
sample.
don't have any. It's been a long time.
I see. Well, no bother. I can always
They're
use
not
metal
really that
magic just
valuable.
to shift them a little while. Yes, where was I?
There's a few you might work with. The provinces have their own, so does my region, my kingdom, and
A
the
list
south.
would be wonderful.
Oh, bloody hell. Most common, usually, would be those from Rathray. But the war made that complicated, so local currency.
Yes, that was another one of the merchant's ideas.
Complicated.
Getting some threat of assisting the war to get pushed to them. I forget what he said exactly there, but that was one of his plans. I do not exactly like that one. But yes, back to what my original plan would have been.
I think they're busy enough with the north, Aether. Even the Fang is currently a problem for them at the moment. There's I guess you could say, 3-way civil war going on in the south. Everything south of Blue Hill is essentially part of the Loyalists. Everything north now belongs to Fralon or the North, and I think they pushed Aether back to their island.
I see. Yes.
The Fang in the south is harassing them now.
I shall note this
Military is
all
not a
down.
good idea.
Yes. And we shall cross that plan out and go back to what I was saying. The next part would be to find some way to get a meeting or get word to the Mercantile Trust, which is what comes with this next part. Our own auction of exotic goods. I have collected 3 so far.
Wonderful.
Well, I do not have them.
Finding
I have 1
the
on me now
trust.
and 3 others.
That's the difficult part.
Funnily enough, I got this from part of a favor I completed with the Ash. Magitech Grenade. From one, There's been a recent
Very
scientist wandering around. There's 2 others, a necklace of dark sight and the boots of stable ground, if that was her name. You cannot slip, but you can also not slide. We plan to make our own auction using these items and get the attention of the trust. Once they are mostly in one place, trying to outbid the others, we give our message. If they do not comply within the time limit...
That's the difficult part. The trust, for a large part, is a myth.
Now,
I knew a lot of things in my time there. I didn't know if they existed or not.
It's one of those, then.
So how many there are, how extensive they are, everything. I don't even know that.
What I could gather
So the
is there's
fact that
2
they, in
houses.
particular, by name, are looking for me. Someone's in my head.
I see.
Looks like someone else has questions as well. Anyway, point being, Athelsea, port city, capital of that region. It's wealthy. There's a few houses, yes. Does a lot of trade with Acronero, Kilo, Stendos, hell, fucking Cadmador. It goes a long way. For how many are involved in the trust? No idea. Like I said, they were a myth.
Yes. From what little I could find with my highest... I know that is. Allow me, they also wish for a question. Yeah, this is one of our associates. Is that you? Ah, yes, come in again. This would be the person you want to talk to, actually.
There's 2 of our associates.
Greetings, Rift. I've managed to have a conversation with the High Inquisitor himself, if you have any more poignant questions. Well, yes, what I can give you with what I've learned...
And to, make it quick, I've got Lady Abida to follow.
Yes. The 2 houses which seem to have the highest connection, is from what I gathered.
That's right. Selwyn, yeah. That tracks have been around for a long time.
Those will be our main targets. I've explained to him your plan, if you wish to go into the more specifics I've forgotten.
We have decided, to change the plan a little bit.
Well, good thing you told him.
Yes. Many, many times.
What does the black markets look like?
Rift, you're gonna notice a lot of ash on the floor scattered about
Extensive.
the building.
Everything coming out of Acronero, Kilos, Stendos, everything goes through that city.
We are thinking about giving the coins. I believe he told you about them. To the black market bidders instead.
These coins, your plan with them exactly?
Give them out as much as possible to as many people as possible. Mainly the ones who are within the trust and mercs made by them. Minimizing civilian casualties.
Explain the coins and what they can do.
Each coin is inscribed with mana-infused liquid not able to be seen by the naked eye, with the runes of life transference. If someone has this on their person, once this coin is activated, it will drain their life force, bringing it to me. The basis of the plan was, if the merchant trust could not see a reason, and we determined they were, out of the question, evil, I would activate all these coins, draining as many people as possible, and using their collected life force as a buffer to myself, cast Circle of Death.
Now, however, is there a way, Nox, you can take these coins and just drain a little bit of life out of the people we give them to?
As long as I'm in a state of focus, that is a possibility.
Make them weak, like that.
Yes. Go ahead and tell
See,
him the plan of
the
the
thing
gods.
is, yes, what I've learned, the deities, their church, it's all revolved around this concept of if you pray, you get prosperity, health, and life. If we take that away
To
from
an
them
extent.
and threaten the trust, well, go on.
Around Athelcy, yeah, probably. They're pretty heavily connected with a third brother. Not as heavily religious as some places, but there's a few certainly. It's more popular there, especially with Fairfeld and whatnot nearby. A lot of agriculture, that kind of thing. Further north you go, further west, you'll probably find the second is more common. Again, not the most religious of people. Certainly the third is the most common around that region. What are you planning to do with that? Being as
The third is about life and health, correct? Prolonged life, in a sense.
health, prosperity, and once upon a time, according to the myths, magic.
It gives me another idea.
That was a very, very long time ago.
I've still yet to figure out what has bleached the land of magic. Would be interesting, but a more personal venture for me. Just to suit my curiosity.
Depends which story you believe.
Perhaps it's the same god.
Probably. Some of the stories actually feed into that theory of yours, Rift, saying that during the Triumvirate War, a mage played around with something they really fucking shouldn't have. And they were divinely punished by
I have made
annihilating
a long
everything
stride
that
in what you asked of me.
shattering the
This is
crust
one of them.
the continent itself and draining all magic from our lands. That is why I and pretty much
One of the
to my
goods I've
knowledge,
managed to
everyone
collect.
there is
A magic tech. You good?
I would be.
That's one story anyway.
That's weird.
The others say it was the survivors of Hull.
Anyways. Gonna take this outside.
Anyway, go on.
If magic really has been bleached from the land, I'd be infinitely curious to investigate.
Sorry, I wanted to give them space. Say again.
I've collected 3 objects so far. This being the only one I have on me, but rather than them being in the hand of the merchant I bought them from. A Magitech grenade.
I'd work for the black market, I'd
It's
have to
neutrally
say.
charged, so it can be charged with any affinity, and it can be on a timer.
From what I understand, the plan is that
Hmm.
people and
The other 2 are more simpler. A necklace of dark vision, and boots of steadfastness, or whatever the name is called. You're not allowed to slip in them. Keeps you stable. However, you cannot slide. You'll basically trip over your own feet. I've managed to convince the merchant to lend them to me, as I paid them 3/4 of what they usually would be, and I promised that once this was done, I'd return the items and the payment that you would usually buy them for. I owe them 20 gold.
Alright.
So I need at least that much back. And once this is all over with, the Magitech grenade I got for
See
free.
if I get profits. What did you get?
That was the 3 items I have. I only have the grenade on me.
Okay, that's in mine.
This
Come.
one was for free, however, as I managed to assist someone with a favor.
How effective it would be subjective. Depends who's ruling the house currently. How connected they are. Using my people as fodder for that.
I am unfond of this idea as well. I would much rather do this in a way where no one gets hurt. However, I believe that in order to save the lives of the traders and the merchants involved in the first place, they have to be looking at something larger than themselves.
Hmm.
And that kind of threat
If you
doesn't
can
come lightly.
find out about the trust while you're there, that would be good. Like I said, when I was there, it was a myth, a legend, one told by travelers, traders, and adventurers looking to get rich quick. Has been for a long time. So the fact that it actually exists, if it even does, I'd be very curious to know more.
So just to be clear, our objective to enter this town is borderline magic.
I don't know if it's magical, but
Either low magic or very estranged magic. Strange anomalous properties that have been reported fine
There we
enough
go.
to learn what the actions were.
Infiltrate or contact a secret society of merchants. Convince this secret cabal to abandon their pursuit of some objective they've decided to be a high enough order that they would take on the risk of going after the First Inquisitor. With little information at the time of what exactly they're doing or why, unless we can figure that out along the way.
That would help.
And, if possible, cause no harm at all.
good. Bear in mind, Selwyn, Idric, those houses bring in a lot of coin for that kingdom, and I spent a long time fighting for that kingdom. Rather not see it compromised.
Understandably, and I would rather not see people hurt.
I may not be welcome there, but I'm still going to do my utmost to stop them from suffering under Grimm's machinations. So, the less people who die, the better.
Very well. And Plan B shall be Plan B.
It's very noble of
Good.
you to give your heart for a people that won't take you.
You have no idea how literally that applies, Rift.
I'm good at guessing. Continue.
Well, I believe Lesfear did not finish his speech about his plan yet. You were
Do
stopped
continue.
after going through the specifics of the gods. That's what the last you were.
The third other, the one with the gun bow. Yes, continue.
If we threaten trust, we will take their heart away. And then have Noxus coins take effect. I believe they will be more amicable to request.
True, if you can get them on some of the guards. That'll be the hardest part, though. All of their guards would be paid in local currency, so using the weird stuff, you'd have to be quick. Within a week, they'd melt it down and mint it into something normal.
If I had an example of their coin, perhaps a very minor attempt at a pickpocket, I could on the spot attempt to morph them into a copy. I just need some of their currency and a spot to focus.
You could definitely find it once you get to Athelcy, it'll be everywhere.
Could we get one of those sooner? That he can just make them now?
I already asked
You
this.
might be able to if you went. I don't have any. I left there a while ago. I had no need of it. I spent it years ago. To say you could get some more, probably. You might just maybe be able to get some in Acronero. It's the only place I know of that has a nexus on that continent, so. That's how I got
Is there
here.
something we could leave to the merchant, acquiring coin?
I can do so. It's not a long walk, so it's manageable.
Alright, so we meant coin.
If you're in Acronero, one word of advice. Do not piss off the Black Dragons. They are a mercenary group there, but they rule. For all intents and purposes, rule. The provinces are all split up, they're all independent, but they rely heavily on mercenaries for their forces.
It is like that story
Black
I said.
Dragon, Draka we call them. They work for the ruling house and have a lot of authority. Don't fuck with them.
It sounds like the rough outline of a plan. Which is
Good.
more than I've gone into most things with.
Wonderful.
That's what I like about you guys. You actually organize. I'm so thankful for it.
Wonderful. Any other questions?
Once you're finished with that, I do have something
Rift,
else
you
I
have
need
the
to tell
floor.
you. Something off topic.
In
Come
the
on,
event that everything goes balls and tits up, is there a place we can go within the city that is safe?
I like him.
He places on the table in front of you a small medallion. It is in the shape of a shield. Engraved on it is a mountain, with what looks like a cloud passing in front of it. There are 3 scratches on the back. I must emphasize, this is a last resort that can only apply if all your lives are in danger and you have no way out.
I see.
You will go to the guards. You will go to those in charge in the city. You will present that and you will leave. And if you do not return it to me, I will kill all of you.
I understand, sir.
Good.
Inside? What is it made out of?
It seems to just be normal old steel.
Who wants to hold on to it?
What anyone better than the one with who's in the same organization?
I was gonna say Nox is kind of the one running the show. If one of us has to decide to use it, it should be Nox.
Catch.
It is virtually impossible, but I will warn you regardless. I can think of only 2 other people in the world who have those, and if you come across anyone who has one, you will not antagonize them. You will not threaten them, and above all else, you will not lie to them, because all your lives will depend on it.
I see.
That is my only advice. Keep it hidden. Say nothing about it.
I shall put this in the safest spot I can think of. Deep into this wall.
What?
You want to inside check that one, merchant? Roll inside.
I don't even know what he said. Okay.
No, me. Inside checking me.
I can't roll.
He's got it.
Yeah.
Let the DM handle it.
Then you.
That shit's fucked.
Yeah.
You're merchant, so. Doing an 8. He seems intense. He likes his medallion, it seems.
Yes, I don't know if I caught the descriptions, if any were given about these people we should be nice to.
Looks like shield has mounted on it.
Anyone who has one of those,
I see.
which you shouldn't have any chance of running across. There's 2 people in the world that I know of who have them, and they're probably dead by now.
Question.
Understand.
Who were they to
No.
you then?
Long story.
Never mind.
Very long story.
Yes, that is about
Well,
3
it hasn't
feet
worked.
into the wall now,
I-
with no openings to find it. The only way to get to it now is with men's stone, and I will pull it out when the time is ready.
I'm an expert at mending spells.
I don't know jack shit about magic, so whoop they do.
Oh, I just put people's butt cracks together.
Yes, I squinted at you very hard. But yes, you already know the plan, the cover we're gonna do.
I did that during the
Adventurers taking a pit
For the
stop
king.
until we go to the ruins. That's the cover-up story, at least.
Surprised him so much it gave Tempest the opening for the final blow. It was
Ruin.
actually extremely effective.
That's your... I see.
Ruins told to have the only other
Interesting.
nexus that are labeled inaccessible. Who wouldn't be caught up to look at that?
I hate mages.
So do
Yeah,
I. Fuck
that is a
mages.
common one.
God, I fucking
Like
Place of
the legend.
adventurers.
That place is almost as legendary as Hull. So, that's a good story at the very least.
Yes. And I've worked on making myself... I've been working on suppression for myself. I have little to no aura.
Good. You want to
As
hide
long
the
as-
horns, you'll stand out a bit.
Yes, I will be planning to use polymorph as well. Many layers of disguise.
Always an option. Be careful with polymorph. Limits your spell casting. In fact, it outright stops it. This guy itself is a good option too. Hides you without limiting any of your abilities.
It's lucky enough that the only other
Easier to
humanoid form
cast,
I know
too.
how to polymorph is just me, but switched of a gender. It's kind of interesting that lines up now.
Understandable.
The only difference is my shield is
Sure, it
now
would
lightning
work.
instead of fire. But that's all I've noticed.
A good option. Works well against armored opponents.
It also acts like a second
Do you have
spin.
any more questions before I go hunt a Rovian or Balamian, I guess?
What time is lunch?
A few hours ago, probably.
Well, I guess, do you have a time when this will happen?
That
Any
is it.
estimate?
That's a good one.
Day or two, I should think.
I see.
I'll let you know more
Get
precisely.
us started on those coins. I'm going right
I have
now
my
to that
people
fucking
working.
place.
Yes. And
Yeah,
now,
I'm going to get a coin, so...
the news, which I will tell to you, because it is very interesting. And I will simply have a good day, Lisfear. Silence. So I can openly say this and catch her in the bush. The ghastly in the helmet. The Death Knight, I assume you saw them at the crystal. Green and blue flames.
Yeah.
Something clicked in my head, and it worries me. It had a familiar mana signature. If that wasn't scary enough, they usually don't have magic signatures.
Undead.
Huh. Hello?
It's,
I'm here to see Ward.
to be expected.
One moment.
Do come in. You might
Come
be
in.
able to answer
Close
some
door behind
questions
you.
for you as well.
Yes.
As far as I know, it's the new Warden of Revel's Edge.
Ah, I see.
You talking about the big armored bloke with the green glow?
Yes.
One of them.
The undead
apparently.
fella. Yeah, one of them. One of the
I've only
wardens.
been there once, and I
There are
haven't met
3, did he
anyone
say?
of high status besides Sulfur. And for me to have a familiarity with their signature of all things, that makes
You're
me
talking
worried.
to the architect.
Yes. Those shouldn't have mana
I'll be
signatures
able to tell you a
whatsoever.
Undead.
Yes, a Death Knight. However, I would
Must have
not
been
say this
alive at some
without.
point.
It is a weird thought. However, there is only one person who I can think of who's recently deceased that could only come back now. It's very strange. There's a very minuscule chance it'd be rude, but it'd be strange if that was the case. He's in his hands of the god now. Gaia.
I doubt that's possible. I saw him dead myself.
Yes,
If it's a Death Knight, it's probably some soul binding to a suit of armor. Having a signature wouldn't be out of the question. Hell, maybe Sulfur put a little something extra in there to make them more
Or to be
powerful,
familiar to
more
me specifically, though,
effective.
is strange. I'm not around most of
Do you have any
you're off.
familiarity with Sulfur's signatures or?
I've been
such
around her
thing?
once. Oh yeah, that does remind me, on my off time, produces a little badge with the Revel's End signature on it. I have myself a little position within the prison, along with my my daughter Lynn, the crafter constructor.
Right. Justin mentioned that. Yeah.
That's the closest time I've been with her in a
couple of days
long period of time. That was perhaps a day or two ago.
Understandable.
If she's
Yeah, a
around,
couple
maybe
of
I'll ask her,
points
see if she
correctly.
just straight out with me. Since she is funding the prison,
Can
maybe
probably
she'll
be
just
able to
tell
tell
me.
you.
Yes.
Sure.
I'll see
You're
if she's still
funding the prison. Hell, you built the place. Do you know who the wardens are, or were? Are they all
Some
undead?
of them. The deal that I made was I built the place. That Kabanda, Sulfur, Tempest, and Torg would be providing other materials and resources to the place.
Looks like Sulfur's providing the security force then.
You're not the only one, Kabanda too. Some of his Dragon Knights
talk to
fly
him.
around there.
So I can prepare just to triple check. Is Albida a Fae? I need to check that.
I don't know that myself.
I just need to check my wording in case I do have to interact with her at all.
I don't think she's a Fae, per se.
I don't know either.
From the Lam, but she's... No, she wouldn't be a Fae. There's no fucking way Rothwell would have worked with her like that.
Wait. I'm trying to remember. The Tempest Knight said something about puppets or something like that.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was being controlled by the king or some such.
I'm just saying, constructs are not out of the possibility.
Well, I think it's that Albida herself was being controlled by the king, or that's the excuse she's going to try and use to lessen her sentence.
Did you hear the rumor? It came to me
Same way
whispered
she
on the
used a
wind.
bunch of people. Which one?
Supposedly she casted a power word in the fighting.
Wouldn't have been surprised. She did a lot of interesting things.
Rumor has
I
it
only
she's
saw
the
an
one to
illusion
have
of her myself
slain
that day.
Edgar. Using it.
Ward.
Damn,
I am here
liked
for
him.
another reason.
Yes, you needed to talk.
I'll try
Albida
finding
was
her.
giving a lot of info. Apparently, the Daedra
Good evening.
acquired another artifact.
Have you seen Sulfur at all?
What kind?
A beacon, being the term.
I see, right.
What it's called.
Here's a ration.
Apparently, can control
Have a good day.
mass power, and from what Albida was saying, sounds like a communication.
To answer your question, everything's fine.
Probably best I stay out of it anyways.
Yeah, it's way better.
Well, stay out.
Good talking point.
Pardon me, Rio. By chance have you seen Sulfur?
Over there.
Thank you.
Just mister.
It's something that
It's been a lot.
The deal of which, that upon his death,
It has.
I know you understand.
as the wolf,
I don't even know half of
memories fade.
what you go through when we're off with wild penguins doing motions like this and all the other stuff that comes with Aether.
You can judge me for that one if you wish to.
A lot of people should not.
But that's why I told you it must stay secret.
That's why I'm
If
fighting.
people know what I do,
Make sure that people
can unbalance the whole thing. The closer you get back to being human, the stranger it gets.
That's why you almost my
Especially when you're done.
I don't know what title I should become anymore. Well, Lord and Patriarch and all these fancy noble names.
Wait, repeat that? I didn't
With
hear properly.
diplomatics of a grove now, the king is going to be dethroned. So there has to be someone that
Well,
oversees
I do what I must.
I take it that'll be you.
I will depart.
Thank you.
It's more of an overseer role. I don't want to be a king. I don't want to be.
And organize everything.
Before so, I have a quick question, Lady Sulphur. A very minor conversation if you have to spare any more time.
But to the
If I keep saying yes, I'm never gonna move from this goddamn spot. I did literally 10 meters. That's all I did.
And how
Yeah.
about 70 meters and have this in your tower?
sleeping, there needs to
A
be
place of comfort, perhaps.
I was going to sleep, but you
You're
can
not sleeping in the
entertain me
tower?
as we walk.
that Rothwell never.
I see.
I do, but I need to go back at River
Very well.
first of all.
Yes. I don't know how much you know about me, but I like to think myself trying to be as straightforward as possible. And I can just simply ask it, because I feel like I don't have any negative feeling towards you, in the same way to me I'd hope. The Death
I'm
Knight.
listening, dear.
Usually they don't have managed signatures, and especially not a managed signature that I'm familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And I know little about you besides you, making deals, and I don't judge it at whatsoever. I don't judge you for what you are, or what you do. Because you are a person I respect out of power and skill, and you've done a lot to keep the people here safe and happy. So I must simply ask the question, and you can say no and I'll accept it. Is it someone who died recently that you used? I know there's been some deals between you and the Dominion. I just can't recall which one it might be. However, for someone to appear like that so soon, and I know only of one person who recently was deceased. I put these things quickly together, you see. And I'd rather not assume. Either way, nothing will change. It's pure curiosity, and I'll keep it a secret if you ask me to.
I need be kept a secret. But at the same time, I will not disclose any information. You can make your own theories about it. It's totally understandable. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying yes. But you're quite an intelligent young man, that I will say. Oh, I didn't realize my thumb drive was pushing back. Well,
I see. Well,
it's not a threat I will give you.
I wouldn't
But
take it as
the person
such.
in question, who is the new warden right now, has a dead night, insisted to keep things silent.
Very well. I leave you up with this then. I hope you can apologize to Gaia. I think she was fond of him.
It's fine.
Have a good night, Miss Sulphur. My, oh my. Somehow that leaves less weight off my shoulders. So I guess all the better. One arm in a dream. Have a good rest of your evening, Lord Tempest.
To you as well.
The day is never over. Another day, another night shift.
Plans. Capturing umbrals. Alive. Or as close as they get to alive.
May I enter?
Yes. Yeah.
That was easier than I expected.
You're
Sorry, my
You're
arm is
speaking
dead.
of something, Wood, that is insane almost.
Yeah. I know. But we are fighting something that is pretty damn insane. It's just a theory for now. But I plan to put it to the test in the future.
You know Rift? He just got the magic focus made for capturing Daedra. If the Daedra are using the same type of magic, maybe get his help.
You remember when we talked about an iron flask?
The one that they reordered the project?
It has potential. It could do the trick. Problem is, they're expensive. They're difficult to make. Especially a lot of, considering how much they would be dealing with. And considering...
And time.
Yes, and considering innate anti-magic of these creatures. I have something in mind. It's riskier, but it could be done in the field. I'll have to see how it pans out, see what my Inquisitors can do. If it works, it gives an advantage.
Okay, perfect.
We need everyone we can get. Just do me a favor and don't blow your arm off.
I'd have to be royalty before I joined the Loss of Limb Club.
Oh, come on, I
Seriously,
just
what
learned
is
how
it?
to make
Duran,
limbs.
Alessia. That is fair. It would probably be an upgrade coming from you.
I believe it is the
Duran,
entire family
Alessia,
besides Miyako.
Gwydion, Jal. Yes, it is actually. It's all
Don't
of them.
jinx
They love
it.
losing
They were
limbs for
already
some
running
reason.
around with a metal hat on their head, or helmet on their head.
They do. They have a destroyed helmet these days. I said it reminded me of my old one.
Right.
I need to
I want
talk
to
to a
bring
dragon.
The Artisans Guild in general, potentially working with the Dominion. But you know them, and the past relations, they don't want to work.
Understandable.
Perhaps things
They're
have
still
changed
wanting-
with the new face working around. I've done my best to increase
I
what
would
we
hope
used to
so.
have.
And I don't doubt that. However,
Yes,
you
however.
need to change the mind of my other guildmates.
I'd surely like to talk to them
I
one
may
day.
be their
Maybe
leader.
I can.
Be my guest, I may be their leader, but they are their own people. You can ask Ward here too.
After I'm done talking to Count Bonder and Arcades later, I have something to show you. You'd be very interested in it.
And on the finalist note, not to take too much more of your time, to what I have just learned and to keep it on the down low as possible out of respect. I shall whisper it to you and hope you do not tell anyone. Of course you can if you will, you are higher up than me. I went and just asked Miss Sulphur to see if she would just tell me who it was. And she did the whole, I cannot confirm or deny. So I did one little prod and said, I hope Gaia can forgive you. And then she just chuckled. So until proven otherwise, I shall assume that this was a prior deal between her and Ruva. Of course, no more assuming, because it makes a fool out of you and me. Somehow that relieves stress off my shoulders.
Well,
Right.
if you Calbond, I think is going to his current place, his mansion. You could go see him if
Good.
you want, but I might retire a little bit early, or
Understood.
about now actually.
I have some ash I need to clean off the floor.
Do that
This is rather dirty.
quickly
Is that
and
door open, or is that one?
It has become a victim of the anomalous flying door anomaly. It's somewhere floating in the sky somewhere.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, what the fuck? Wait.
Yes, the High Inquisitor has fixed it. Well done, sir.
my powers absolute.
Of course,
Not allowed
Inquisitor.
to.
No, you're not. But
Oh.
yes, if I finish up with Count Bunda quickly enough.
Well, it seems the door is stuck open now. Oh dear. I think only you can fix it now.
Problem solved.
It'll be fixed by tomorrow.
The Dominion building only responds to me.
Well, I did give you the override, so that does
Where
make
is
sense.
That? Understandable. Now where is that dragon?
If you need any more of me, I shall stay if you wish. Otherwise, I shall make myself scarce for the day.
You're free to do as you will, Scrivener.
Very well.
You have much to prepare for.
Yes, and I have many
I
plans to
have
make.
to find.
I shall be
As
stopping
your
by the Night
merchant.
Hold to grab things.
I may be there later. Where I was most of the day.
We'll keep that in mind.
No sign of a dragon.
Have a good rest of your day, Lucifer.
No problem.
Unbelievable.
Have a good
So long,
evening.
Nox.
Good night, Lion of Knowledge. This is taking too slow. Activa!
That walks like he has a stick in his ass.
He just bends his knees when he walks, so?
His
Good luck getting in.
his hip area stays completely still.
Indeed.
Some people don't have, you know.
One of my controls are dying. Give me a break, man.
Oh. Right. Sorry. I guess I'm sick.
It's not hard like the rest. No, it's fine.
I can show you now.
All in good.
The short